Talk radio, music, and podcasts from the Korean Peninsula. KoreaFM.net.
Saturday, April 16th marks the 2-year anniversary of South Korea's worst maritime disaster, when the Sewol ferry sank on a routine trip to Jeju Island while transporting hundreds of high school students on a school field trip. Most of the 304 people who died that day were students, and many of their parents and other family members have continued to seek accountability and answers to not only what made the ferry sink, but also how the government chose to handle the events as they unfolded that day and every day since. I spoke with people here in Seoul and recorded their initial reactions after I informed them of this weekend's 2-year anniversary.
I'm from Korea. I didn't even notice that it's already 2 years. It's like it happened last year. Just didn't think much about that.
I'm Korean from Korea. Yeah, I've been paying attention a lot because I always read on the internet, and I know how the families still suffer from the losing their children. Yeah.
I'm from the UK. Because I was here when it happened, actually. There's not very much media coverage, so yeah, it's surprised it's been 2 years already.
I'm from New York. It's really sad, and I can imagine the family, how they feel right now, and I hope they're okay. And I'm not sure what happened afterwards, how they go about the investigations, but I hope that they went to the bottom of the investigation and found out what really happened and what can be done to prevent that from happening.
I'm from Florida. I guess it happened right before we came to Korea, when we got here, it was really fresh on our minds. But I guess, doesn't seem like it's been 2 years. Yeah, but I guess it's kind of faded from the public memory a lot since then. Because I remember it was a big deal when we first got here.
Since the sinking, President Park Geun-hye has dismantled the country's Coast Guard over their actions 2 years ago and has continually pledged major reforms and investigations into what went wrong. But those promises have never been realized and have often been delayed due to politics as well as disagreements between victims' families and the Korean government regarding who should participate in the investigation and how it should be carried out. Despite this back and forth, several laws affecting the inspection of cargo weight and increasing oversight have passed, and there have also been countrywide discussions on how South Korean culture may have influenced actions during the sinking, including the Sewol crew members' orders to young passengers to stay where they were and wait for rescuers to arrive. I asked people if they thought any of these items have led to actual change in South Korea and in Korean society itself over the past 2 years.
I think it's the same. There is no change. I don't really feel the change. Maybe most of people think that there is a problem about that, but the Korean society doesn't change just because of that, even though many people are thinking that there is a problem.
I think people were shocked before, but now so many people just losing their interest, and they know that the government hasn't changed anything, but they should change something. And there was big protests in Chongno, but they banned to doing the protest in public a couple of times. So yeah, I think government should do something for their family.
I don't know whether it's necessarily linked, but obviously with the election, I think there's more sort of coverage of young people in Korea challenging authority. Maybe not necessarily age, but authority and authoritarian structures. I'm not sure if it's a direct link to maybe something like Sewol, but maybe it's just two things that happened at a similar time and just a more general trend. And you see it throughout Asia, young people definitely challenging society more.
I would say probably not much has changed and not much will change. In my opinion, it just seems kind of I don't want to say brushed under the rug, but it kind of seems like how it is. I don't think it was handled well, and I don't think they've handled it well since then either. They told the kids to stay in their rooms, and certainly there's enough time to get everybody off the boat, but the actions weren't taken, and I think it was just a lack of proper action that caused it. It seems kind of like a general trend kind of in Korea. I work at a hagwon, and we have a safety line at the building, and it's bolted shut. So it's kind of a general lack of emphasis on safety, I think, in the country as a whole, I would say. And I think, how do you address that? You know, it's like, I don't know. No, I don't think much has changed. And I have a feeling not much will change.
And now, 2 years after the sinking, the ship remains submerged, and many wonder if we'll ever know exactly what happened that day. I finished by asking people if they thought families of the victims, and all South Koreans, are any closer to finding out the whole truth about what happened the day more than 300 people lost their lives on the Sewol.
I don't know, because maybe they know more about the situation, that accident now, but I don't know what they are talking with the government, so I don't know. It was an accident, and I think it was an accident, so I don't really care about that.
I think it's gonna be same because there are so many rumors, but hasn't come the clear yet at all. So some people still like think like the government like hid the accident, and then like not to get blamed from like society. But some people still like believe they tried hard. Like the old people, they just believe from news, but young people never like believe the government anymore. So I think it's gonna be same still, but there's an election, so there might be a little bit of chance that get like more information.
You know, the people got really upset about it, but it seems like a lot of the stuff the government does is they say a lot about it and then they don't take much action about it, is the impression I've gotten. You know, I don't know. I'm not the most well-versed in, I guess, public policy in Korea, but that's the impression I've gotten, yeah. It's kind of like a lot was said about it, but I don't know if much has been done to change it.
For KoreaFM.net, I'm Chance Storland.